Good evening, rockers. Vegas Rock Goddess here on the rocks. Total entertainment. Coming to you live from somewhere off the Las Vegas Strip. Today, I'm interviewing an amazing band from Charleston, West Virginia, Zeroking. So we're going to talk to them. They've got a really great rock history. So it'll be interesting to see how the music scene in Charleston, West Virginia is going at this time of the year. So how's everybody doing? We're going to sit here just for a minute and we're going to wait for Andy to come on. So give us a second. Got Andy from the band. So let's get him in. Hey, Andy. Can you hear me?
Hi.
How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I see you're in your car.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the car. I mean, I've stopped. I'm not driving right now.
Oh, okay, good. I want to make sure you're safe now.
Oh, I'm totally safe.
Okay.
I was just to do the interview. I'm taking a break. I do Grubhub food delivery. So
Oh, okay. No worries. Hey, so
yeah.
Dave Tedder kind of filled me in a little bit about your band. Why don't you started this band in 2011, right?
Well, so 2011 was when we put our first record out. We were around before that, but
Okay.
as far as the world knows, Kings of Self Destruction came out in 2011. So
Right. And that's a great record. Because I've
thank
been
you.
listening to your stuff all day. And I noticed a couple songs like Dead Rockstar is awesome.
We
Really
got a
love
lot of
that.
mileage out of that video and stuff. So
Yeah.
at one point, Dave got us on Revolver.com. We debuted the video there. So
Yeah, it's great. I love it. Super great.
cool. Thank you.
So, why don't you tell me how you? Yeah, I was talking to Dave. I'm like, tell me how you came up with the name of this band.
Okay. Well, I actually didn't come up with the name of the band, but we all kind of collectively did. So we were thinking of names that were opposite. Um, and they had a certain flow to it. And Chris's son, I think maybe he was like 5 or 6 at the time. He came up with this Devil King, and we liked the flow of that and the sound of that, but we thought, well, that just has these weird connotations. People think we're kind of like,
Right.
satanic death metal band or something. And and I think Chris was playing around with words and he was like, well, total opposite of King is zero. So Zero King. I was like, wow, that's good. And so yeah, we like the flow of it. It's got that 3 syllable flow, like, Rolling Stones, Motley Crue,
Right.
Aerosmith, kind of
Yeah.
rolls off the tongue that way. And it looks really good. When you see the logo and it, just
Yeah.
pops
It's
out, I think.
definitely eye catching. It makes
Yeah.
you stop and say, "Who are these guys?" You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
which
And
is,
that
I
was the
think,
idea for sure.
yeah, which is the whole point. But
And it doesn't tie us to a genre. Like we could literally do any kind of music with that name. So
yeah, for sure. And you guys have a great rock and roll sound.
cool.
So
Thank you.
let's talk about the rest of the members in your band because I know you're, the guitarist, right?
No, I'm the vocalist. I'm the
You
singer.
are the lead singer. Okay. So let's
Yeah.
talk about the other pieces of the puzzle in this band.
Okay. Shane Day is the guitar player, and Chris Webb is the drummer, and Mike Kniff has been our bass player since May.
Okay, very good. So now, Charleston, West Virginia, that whole area is really a super hub for rock bands.
Well,
So,
the area, yeah, but not
yeah,
the city so much. But
right.
yeah, there's been some great bands come out of here, out of this area for sure. You've had Blackstone Cherry out of Kentucky. We played with them for years. A band called Boba Flex is from here, and they've been around for a long time. And also the singer from Boba Flex, that's another band called Lonely Ones. And then there's a band that's signed to Metal Blade called Byzantine. They're from here, and we actually do some tracking in there. They have a recording studio, rehearsal space kind of thing here in Charleston, and we actually do some tracking there. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great. Now as far as that area, now you guys have been playing out, am I right?
yeah, a lot.
Yeah, a
And
lot.
we don't necessarily play this area a lot. We go to other places. I mean, we play here, but I think we played here so much that people are like, oh, it's Zero King again. So, you know,
That's
just
typical with rock bands, trust me.
yeah, yeah. So we go, you know, we go out of town where we're new and we're the shiny new penny. You know, and people are like, oh wow, you guys are cool, you guys are different. And we have try to build audiences that way. We've been going to Detroit and places up in Michigan a lot, and Fort Wayne, Indiana, and different places around Kentucky and you know, Pennsylvania and Virginia.
Yeah,
Just kind of,
you've really kind of hit that, not Midwest, but the East Coast
and we're
part.
starting to break more into the Midwest. I mean, the Michigan thing and the Indiana thing are opening up other doors too. Like there's talk of us going to Illinois soon, which we played there once. We played in Peoria with Hailstorm and Rev Theory,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
many
from
moons ago.
Chicago, so
Are you?
that's my jam. So there's a lot of great clubs out there. You've got the Forge in Joliet, you've got Reggie's, just some great rock clubs out there
Yeah.
to go
The
to.
sorry. The promoter we work with in Michigan and Indiana, he's actually starting to do stuff at the Forge too. So
Yeah,
that's definitely where I was talking about. I think that's probably the next new spot that we'll be
yeah,
hitting. So
you're gonna love it. You're because there's two levels to that place, and the
oh,
sound
cool.
is killer.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a great place. And I also noticed that you play the King of Clubs, King
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
Clubs in
we opened for
Ohio.
Jackal there, and well, we've known the owner for a long time. Rick and Angie are great people. Rick is the vocalist for a band called X Factor One. That's they've been out of Columbus for years. So we've been playing with them a long time. But we've had some great shows at King Clubs. We opened for Jackal there. We opened for Saliva, and then we did a New Year's show, which at the time our bass player had like a bike accident or something. So we ended up doing that acoustic to open the show because he couldn't perform. So that was pretty neat. You know, we've done a couple shows there, and King Clubs is just a really great room.
Yeah,
If anybody has a chance to go see a show there or play a show, I highly recommend both.
yeah. It's they have a lot of rock history. My
Yeah,
friend David Harris is in a band that you like called Lovesick Radio, and
yeah.
yeah, and Tucker Jones also in that band as well. Uh,
Okay. We played with
Amazing.
Lovesick Radio. We actually brought them to Charleston once. Our friend Matt Bors was playing guitar for them.
Yeah, they're a great band. He's in a band in Vegas here also called Crashing Wayward. Uh,
Oh, okay.
Great band. If you haven't gotten a chance to listen to them, also they're great. David Harris is he's in I think Vienna right now with Lovesick Radio, so they've been
Okay.
playing clubs out there and getting some exposure. So I can't wait to talk to him next 2 weeks when he gets back. Uh,
Yeah, tell him Zero says hey.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. But rock music I think is kind of making a resurgence. And the Midwest area is a great place for you guys to hit because it's a hotbed
Yeah.
for rock and roll right now. There's
Well,
so
that's one
many
thing we noticed
yeah.
when we'd go up north, you know, to Fort Wayne or to Detroit or Battle Creek or Saginaw, any of those places in Michigan and Indiana that we've been hitting. The crowds have just been really enthusiastic, and people seem they want to support. They want to come out and support the rock bands, and that's awesome because around here it's like I don't know, like people just want to do karaoke and stuff, or go see a cover band or a tribute band,
Yeah,
which that's fine. But and we do that thing too. You know, we'll go play somewhere for money and play mostly
of
covers and
course.
throw in some
You
fire
gotta
songs.
survive, man. You know? And
But the original scene is definitely really taking, you know, it's picking up for sure. You got bands like Eva Under Fire coming out of Michigan, and I guess a couple years before that, I Prevail, and you know, there's been a that's sort of a hotbed for now.
oh yeah. And I mean, as far as like the tribute, there's definitely a difference between a tribute band and a cover band.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
agree.
uh people are hungry for original music, and they are ready to support.
Yeah.
And are you guys on TikTok at all?
A little bit.
A little bit.
We should be. That's the one social media thing that I haven't really been able to like figure out how to. I mean, not
Well,
that I can't work it, but I'm just saying how to make it work. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, the whole thing with TikTok, it's the hottest bed for rock bands right now. Um, Even if you like guys are like tuning up or getting ready to play, do like a quick like minute or 2 minute like whatever video. Hey, what's up, man? You know,
Yeah.
and throw it on there and see it's all in the hashtags. When you guys are doing hashtags for that, it's for you. Everybody uses for you, okay? But there's other key hashtags to use. Metal for you, rock
Right.
for you.
Oh, okay.
Those are, you know, fire it up. There's things that are going to give you more traction. So
Right.
yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Okay.
For sure. Because I work with a lot of bands off of TikTok, believe it or not. And it's crazy the exposure that you can get on that platform.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we've been working the Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and
Right.
but yeah, I've definitely seen things go crazy viral because of TikTok for sure.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, it's just another platform and another avenue for you guys to gain another audience, you know.
Yeah,
Now, do you guys have shows coming up? Let's talk about that. What are
we
some
do.
of your upcoming shows?
So we're playing Owensboro, Kentucky this Saturday at a place called Milligan's. We've been there a couple times. We played there with Taylor Road. We played there with Gravel Switch. We brought some of our friends down from Detroit, a band called Lion Within. But this is our first time just doing the night ourselves. So that'll be kind of fun. And then we've got a show actually in Charleston coming up September 23rd at the Blue Parrot. And in October, we're back up in Michigan on the 20th at the Diesel for a Halloween costume.
Those are always fun, man.
Yeah,
Always
yeah.
fun.
And then the next night, we're at the Music Factory in Battle Creek with the Lonely Ones,
Okay.
which is pretty cool because we know the Lonely Ones. We've known Marty for years. This is our first time playing with them in Michigan. We actually, I don't know if we've ever done a show with the Lonely Ones, but we played with Boba Flex for years and years.
Right.
Um, and they're like I said, they're kind of an offshoot of Boba Flex. And so that's kind of an interesting thing for us because it's the first time that we've opened for like a national act or whatever up in Michigan,
Right.
which is
That's
pretty cool.
great. That's
We kind of
awesome.
started from the bottom, you know,
Hey,
when we
you know
started.
what? If you guys are out there and there's one person in the audience, you
Yeah,
guys are a success. Because let me
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you, you're doing what a lot of bands aren't doing. They're sitting
Right, going out and
around
playing.
waiting. They're
Yeah,
waiting for gigs. You got to make it happen in this business anymore. The gigs aren't going to come to you. You
no,
have to go to the gigs.
for sure.
Now let me ask you, what are some of your influences since you're a vocalist? Who do
Yeah.
you like really love to listen to?
So do you want early influences or like stuff I'm into
Like
now?
like it doesn't matter. Like how did your love for singing start to
Okay.
today, and like how your writing style is?
Yeah, yeah. So I guess like earliest influences would be like your MTV stuff, your Duran Duran, your Prince, your Michael Jackson. Quiet Riot, Metal Health was a big thing for me. Was really into that record. Um, Looking back, the other day I was um, thinking back to the Killer Was Here Sticks with the Mr. Roboto album, and that was a big album for me too. And of course, I got into the Guns N' Roses and the Motley Crues and the Rats and Metallica and Megadeth on the heavier side, and Dio and Iron Maiden and Judas Priest on the more metal side. And I've just kind of been all over the map as far as the things I was into at that time. And into the '90s stuff like Pantera, Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, and newer bands like Avenged Sevenfold and Killswitch Engage and Gojira. And, so that's where, and I guess I'm also into a lot of like power pop stuff. Like I love the Jellyfish stuff. I love Bushwalker. Anything that guy's done is pretty incredible as far as like Marvelous 3 and then all his solo stuff. And so yeah, I kind of have a pretty wide palette, and that's kind of the cool thing about our band is we all kind of have stories like that. Like the other two guys, that have been the mainstays of the band, Chris and Shane, they're huge Prince fans, but Shane was really into NXS. Um, that was a big band for him.
I love NXS. That's a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
band.
Well, on our new record, we actually covered "Never Tear Us Apart." It's kind of like a
Oh, good.
little
Okay.
track on there if you want to check that out. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Because I know you covered Maneater, which
yeah.
was
That was on the Empire of
really,
Sin album. Yeah,
yeah, that was really kind of an unusual version. Because at first I'm like, I know this song, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be the original Maneater or something that you guys kind of worked on collectively. But yeah,
yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
kind of a great version.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the thing is I don't know of another rock band who's really covered it. I mean, I guess there's probably been some, cover bands and stuff like that, but as far as like recording a version and putting it out there,
Right.
I would say we're probably one of the only hard rock versions of that song you'd hear. I think
Yeah.
there's some R&B versions and things like that out there, but so yeah, I mean, we always try to throw some curveballs like that on our records. Some stuff that people don't expect.
Right.
And I think that's another cool thing about our sound is like we mix a lot of stuff up, and what comes out is Zero King.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard rock. It's definitely like big choruses, arena type rock and roll. But it also has a lot of metal to it and a lot of
Yeah.
pop.
I
So
mean, Zero King is kind of like a buffet of rock. That's
it
how
is.
I kind of see it. Um, but
I'm gonna use that from now on. We're
yeah,
coming to your
I'll
town and
let you
we're a
have it.
buffet of
You can have
rock.
it. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you guys have a lot of elements going. You guys
Yeah.
like to tell a story, which is great. That's kind of been the trend right now for a lot of bands. And you're doing it. You're hitting it hard. You guys are out there playing. You're not waiting for the gigs to come to you. You're going to the gigs, which is 90% of this business.
Yeah.
You've got to
Yeah,
make it happen.
you got to get out there, you got to make your name, you got to get known. And sometimes that like after the pandemic, it was almost like starting over completely, really.
Everybody did. It was a reboot. It was a
Yeah, it was
reboot for every rock band
it
out there,
really was. We had to look and see, okay, what bands are still around, what clubs are still out there, what promoters are working now.
right?
How do we get back into some of these cities we haven't been to in years or whatever, and then figure that out. So yeah, it's always the game is always changing, and you're always having to adapt, and clubs are always opening and closing, and people are retiring and bands are quitting
Right,
and breaking up, and yeah, so it's constantly like it's a lot to stay on top of for sure, to,
right.
to keep busy and keep getting work.
But it's like bands like Zero King that are keeping the rock alive. You know, this country is changing their music forte every day. But like I said, rock is making a strong comeback. It never went away, but I'm saying I think during pandemic it kind of like took a vacation, but now everybody's back on the road, ready to rock. The fans are hungry for some great live music. Your band seems like it would be great live. I've seen the videos, super fun. Getting the audience involved, and I really look forward to having you guys here in Vegas. I think it would be great.
Tell Dave to bring us to Vegas. To bring us to Vegas.
Dave and I'll have a talk. Anyway,
That'd be
but
cool.
why don't you tell the viewers exactly where they can find all of Zero King's music?
Okay. The music's on all the streaming sites. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, uh, Deezer. Although I've never seen Deezer, but I know it exists. Um, and of course we're on YouTube. We've got some videos on YouTube that are a lot of fun. One you didn't touch on was the single for Back off the new
Yeah,
record,
I haven't
Behavior.
get to see that one.
Yeah, you should check that out. We use a whole karate dojo.
Oh wow.
From age 7 to age 21. And the female lead in the video, she's a karate champion from Detroit, Michigan. Her name is Kaylin Kowalski, and she is awesome. She like competes all around the
Wow.
U.S.
I'm gonna
She's
definitely check that out for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and it's got it, it's got a cool concept, and it was a lot of fun. It was one of those videos where we just kind of like showed up and played, and our guitar player Shane worked with all the kids, and Kaylin helped a lot too, in sort of crafting a storyline and a sort of the fight sequences and stuff like that.
Right.
And then another video that we've got that you didn't mention was Looks Like Hell, where we do a parody of some of our favorite scenes from the metal years.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, for sure.
on,
I can't wait
yeah,
to check that out. I'm sure the viewers can't either because you guys are a great. You sound great on record, but I
yeah.
think live is where you guys thrive.
Oh, we love it. I mean, we love playing, especially if there's an audience there.
Yeah.
Give beat off of. Um, I mean, I often tell this story. It's like when I was in college, I worked for a college radio station, and my first interview I ever did was with Dee Snider, when he was doing Widowmaker, and so he's sort of at the bottom, edge of his first fame. He had a comeback later, of course, but Widowmaker, they were on like a little indie label, and they're playing this club called the Alrosa in Columbus, and I'm interviewing him. He's telling me, he's like, nights like this, because he knew that there was probably going to be like 35 people there or something like that. Nights like this are when it matters. You don't know if one or two of these people are going to go tell 50 of their friends, and
Right.
you want them to tell people that you were awesome and not boring. He's like,
Exactly.
so you've got to treat every gig like it's Madison Square Garden. So that's got me through a lot of like playing for the bartender kind of gigs. Look, people were like, how do you put on a show like that when there's nobody out there? And I'm like, in my head, I'm playing Madison Square Garden.
And you know
I
what?
just
That's awesome because
yeah,
John Bon Jovi said the same thing before they got signed till
yeah,
Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley found them. Unbelievable. Yeah,
yeah.
that's great.
But
And you
yeah,
can,
live is definitely where it's at.
yeah,
If people have a chance to come see us, please do, and come up and talk to us. We're cool guys. We're down to earth people. And we've got merchandise for sale.
yeah, make sure, yeah. And they go to your website to buy merch as well.
Well, we don't really have a website. The best way to connect with us is facebook.com/Zeroking fans. And
Okay.
of course, our Instagram page, you can DM us on our Instagram page, which is Zeroking Band Official. And of course, we're on YouTube. So give us subscribes and likes and follows on all that stuff.
Oh
And
yeah, for sure.
yeah,
And you're on Spotify as
yes,
well.
indeed.
Yeah, you're on every platform. It was great talking to you, Andy. Thank you for taking time out of your day to chat with me. I'd
Yeah,
love to get you back on the show in the next few months and see how your band is doing.
that'd be
And
great.
if there's anything I can do to help you, please, contact me and I can totally help you out.
And well, I appreciate you having me on. It was a good time. And everybody out there, check us out and spread the word.
Zero Kings. All right. Take care, and I will see you soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Wow, Zero King. Yeah, just what a great band. This band from Charleston, West Virginia has got it going on. They are out there grinding. That's really important in this business is to keep the fans active. So, and they're doing it. Check out their videos on YouTube as well. They're really a fun band. This is Carol Nevin, the Vegas Rock Goddess. Thanks for watching. Always like and subscribe to On the Rocks Total Entertainment. You never know who's going to be on. Take care, and I will see you next time.